Well, here's a couple other little inventions. So this is a little alligator clip, but I retrofitted it with a little tooth. Um, well, there we go. You can see the tooth at the top. It's just a single tooth, and this is for soldering like SMD components. I figured like I could like pinch it down perfectly, not with too much force to break anything, and just pinch down wires or SMD parts like in a spot to hold it while I solder it. So like I usually do all my SMD soldering on this little board, and the theory was like I could put like some wires together and like pinch it down with this thing, and it would just put a little pressure just in a very specific spot. I haven't really been using it, I don't think, at all. I don't think I've used it once. I ended up just using regular alligator clips instead, and tape for SMDs. I'll be showing you guys all the SMD practice I've been doing on this little thing, but this is where I do all my soldering. I like hold it and I solder. I don't use helping hands hardly at all. I'm able to do everything with SMD just on this board. Okay. This thing though has been something I've used a lot. So this is like I was like, okay, if I want to like put a wire and another wire and then a little SMD component like a resistor or a LED between the two wires, and I do that, I want to like a lot of times I hold it down with my fingernail and then I solder it, and it burns my thumb a little bit. But sometimes, like you're needing to solder something a little bigger or solder wire to wire and using a lot of solder, and so you can't really rest your thumb on one part. Like if I have a wire and then a LED and then a wire, if I rest my thumb on the left hand wire and then push my thumbnail into the LED to hold it in place and then I solder, the thumb pad of my thumb is touching the left hand wire, but it's not touching the right hand wire, and so the heat doesn't transfer into my thumb because the heat, if I'm soldering the right hand wire to a part, the right hand wire gets hot and the part gets hot, but the left hand wire does not get hot. So my thumb does not get burned too bad. Maybe my thumbnail a little bit, it could be a little bit of singeing from the part itself onto the skin that's touching it if my thumbnail is not long enough that day, but it's not too bad. But if you're soldering a wire to a wire and trying to hold that down, you will burn the crap out of your thumb. Sorry, but I shouldn't say crap. You'll burn your thumb in a way that hurts really bad. So you can't really do that. And so I came up with this. Basically, it's supposed to be like a cat claw, and I just used some nickel strip. Um, there's two claws on here because they were supposed to join at the center, but they broke. Because I end up like soldering this two parts, and it takes a lot of beating, so I'm gonna have to redo this anyways. But this was like the prototype. I'm gonna make an improved version with like a steel claw. So this is a thumb condom. How do you describe this? No, you could say it's a thimble. It's an electrical tape thimble with a claw. This is not for Catwoman cosplay. This is actually for SMD soldering. So you 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 could put like a wire and a wire, and you hold down the wire with your thumb, and then you just change the angle, and you can actually pinch down with the nail onto what you're soldering, and then you solder, and this holds what you're soldering in place firmly, and then your hand can solder the other hand, the free hand, and this way your thumb does not get burned at all. You can get as hot as you want. This just protects you, and this metal part gives you extreme precision in holding down something really small. And you guys will have to see this in action when I start filming me doing SMD soldering. I'm getting pretty darn good at it, and I'm doing a lot of soldering off the stream.